Hello, this is TheHarboring Light. I'm Mary. I give a conservative perspective about the world around me. So feedback is greatly important. Feel free to reach out to me either through the sources that I choose, whatever source that I provide, and feel free to reach out to me. All right, so some of the audio platforms that I'm on Spreaker, Spotify, Deezer, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music, just to name a few. All right, so this is the continuation of what I talked about on Monday, about my trip, my cruise with Carnival, particularly the Dream Ship Cruise. Here we go. All right, so, okay, it depends on how long you want to take your cruise. They have so many different options depending on you. So, my husband and I, we took our little bits. We had 3 little ones. They went with the grandparents to South Carolina. Well, the main reason for us to take this cruise first initially, and then not this year, but next year, the whole family is going to be with us. But anyhow, you know how COVID is, and my husband and I, we got married around the time of COVID, and so we never really got the chance to have a honeymoon. And so, you know, when all that craziness was going on with COVID, we knew the best thing to do was hold on to what's valuable, instead of getting washed away about all this, misinformation about things and all the chaos and everything. And also hold on to rationality and understand that, so many people, so many times, so many generations before us, all these massive, for instance, the Spanish flu and so many others, and they managed to continue their lives and go on. So why can't we? Why does it have to be all of these things? And it's quite interesting, at that time when COVID was prevalent, and it's unfortunate that it's trying to make its ugly head back here, pun intended. So those who know what I'm talking about, y'all know. So yeah, and I don't know, it's supposed to be the dawn in the age of innovation and technology, and if you could have sworn, which is ironic because in the dark ages people were actually more enlightened than it's depicted, you could have sworn that. But anyhow, that was our reason. So we took a 6-day cruise, as I said. And so it's nice, but we wanted to get the full effect and to understand and to see everything. So we went when we had a good time. So it's nice how they have it, but if you have longer cruises, it is nice to have 2 days to take advantage of it. I think they might have 2 days where you're just on sea, so you're just taking in all the aspects of what's on the ship and resting in some. But you know what? Probably some people, depends on what you want to get out of your vacation or what you want to do with your destinations. Some people probably just took advantage of the time that they could just be to themselves and just stay in their cabin, get room service, and just have a good time and come out when they wanted to or not, Choice is yours. So, as I said, it's very important when you get an opportunity to travel. So we had 3 destinations that we went on in the cruise. The first was Costa Maya, the second was Belize, and the last stop was Cozumel. So I would say about these suggestions about these places, I would say the number one ringer for us was Belize and Cozumel. Cozumel is, pretty good. Belize was wonderful, but Costa Maya is unfortunate, and that's why I say also to extend on to this also, it's important to in itself get a passport too, because for instance, I'm the type of person I like to, particularly when we get into the aspects of going to European travel or Alaska and stuff like that. I like mountain terrain, so to get the opportunity to hike and to be in groups where you see mountains and stuff like that, that'd be a plus for me. But it's unfortunate with Costa Maya, it's really designated because of the cruise. And like I was saying, you have a passport, you don't not selected to these selection where we were. It's pretty much you're obligated either to shop, and even the aspects of if you just want to sit down and relax, you can't really do that. You gotta pay to sit. That's the craziest thing. So when we were going through the man-made beach side of it, and we didn't really get to go into the actual beach ocean. If you want to sit down, you gotta pay. And, you gotta buy food and drink and sit down. It's like nobody really. Some people don't want to do that. They just want to sit down and relax because we already, spend our hard-earned money on the cruise, so we gotta pay extra for that, and that's crazy. So that's one. But to each his own. Some people just like to shop till they drop. And if that's what you like, then Costa Maya is the place for you. All right, so moving on with Belize. Belize is beautiful, particularly with the people. And I want to give a great shout out to Chantel and to the Green Rock, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Green Rock Enterprises, Green Rock Destination, something like that. I will provide the link for y'all in this episode. This guy and his father, the family, they're wonderful people. They want you to understand that it's not all about going off in groups. If you want to explore, it was not, if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't that much. It was like in total probably like $40-something if you want. I included, not only he took us all the way out to the beach that they have there, but it was one wonderful tour guide that was quite honest with us. It's a man-made beach. And, if you want to go out, he took us there and waited, and we left a little bit early because we wanted to go on and do other things. But, not only did he do that, take us to the beach, and then take us back, he also gave us an extended tour. So, in the tour that we went on, it was great because I believe that too. Particularly when you are exploring and understanding another culture, particularly another country, it's good to see both sides of everything. So he took us to the poor sides, and he also took us to more affluent sides. So you get the, disposition about the development of the country. And then you get the full effect of everything. It's quite unfortunate. There are, particularly with tour guides, depending on which one you take, They are sticklers and offenders of, to each his own. They only want to see the certain aspects of a culture, which predominantly that is, excuse me just a minute. That is, the good side of it. Get the both the duality of everything, because that's unfortunate, because that hinders you from really, really seeing and understanding the culture and the aspects of the people from that. And it's in Belize, the people are very, depending on who you run into. We were fortunate enough to run into Chantal Shu and to this wonderful man and his company, his father and their father and son and their company. But they really did make sure that they understand and we understood the aspects of what all Belize has to offer. And I am eternally grateful, and when we go back, it'll be even a great experience, and flourishment and giving back to them, and continuing out the for our family what I mean by this is putting not really paying it forward, but giving credit where it's due, because they were greatly responsible in the disposition that we and the experience that we had when we were in Belize. It's unfortunate, but that's how there are countries are, where you got people that they want to just buy this. Look at this. Look at these amenities. Look at these, and it's just hyped up to that's all they want to do. But they had the disposition, hey, you don't have to center yourself in this one area. If you want to, giving us advice, if you want to, see the country, you go here, take your time where you want to go. But if you want to come back and you want to come here, or you want to eat here, Miss Patty's, for example, that's a great place to eat. And they have, for instance, you think you've eaten jerk chicken. Jerk chicken is nothing compared to the Belizean way, the authentic Caribbean way, really, of eating jerk chicken with the spices and everything. It was so good. It was so great. And you get, how you get the to go, if you want something to go, particularly in America, with whether it's the biodegradable or whatever the compartments, plastic compartments where it's full of food. It was full of food, and between my husband and I, it was $5 each. I mean, and on top of that, it goes to show you the aspects of what's very valuable in Belize. It was a man that was there, and he saw that my husband was, paid and was buying the food, and because of that, he wanted to offer a free gift, and I got he said, choose any bracelets that you want, telling me that, I could choose any bracelets that I want, and I thought it was something like, if you want to buy this, but he was giving us a gift because he really appreciated that we wanted that food, and then that we said, took our word, and we said that we were going to come back to Miss Chantel, and we came back, and I got a bracelet made out of coconut shells, and it's really wonderful, and it is greatly appreciative of that kind of generosity and the understanding of the aspects of what's really valuable, what's really important in life, when people appreciate the aspects of just understanding that it's not always all about money, that you just because your spirit and that you're welcoming, that's what really matters and more important. And I was greatly appreciative to have that sort of experience in Belize. And it's truly life changing if you want to be the culture, if you wanted to take that with you, the culture that is Belize. All right, so the last destination was Cozumel. And Cozumel is the people there, particularly, it was really interesting. The street performers, I guess you can say, but this time they were made up, and there were statues, and I was blown away. They thought we were scared of them at first, but it wasn't anything like that. I had to explain that it was that they looked so lifelike, and because it was like, what are they? We're like, are they really? What the heck? And then they started talking. So anyway, that was really funny, but we had a really good time. They were very warm and welcoming and nice. And getting that aspects of the culture is what's really important, I think. And then Cozumel is really good with, it's a balance. It's better than Costa Maya, but it's up to you where you want to go and what you want to do. And then in Cozumel, if you want to further extend out into the city, there's taxis, if I'm not mistaken, red and white taxis, and it takes you to extending your destinations or where you want to go. And me and my husband, we were, I'm telling you, we really, really, in this cruise, we really saw the sights, did all what we could, and then even everything, and seen everything on the ship as much as we could. And then by the time that we went to Cozumel, we were pretty worn out, so we didn't want to go too far out. So we just went around in town, and they have a really good shop. It's called, I'm trying to think about, it's kind of like a coffee shop, I guess you can say. They with really good drinks, and we got a spicy mango drink. It was very good, by the way. I think it's called Banana and Company or something like that. So yeah, we really had a good time, and they really have a really good company. Whether you want that, they have a Levian, diamonds, and so many things to offer. And Pancho's Backyard, if you want really good, authentic Mexican food, they have that. They have good, as far as if you want to go to a bar, they have good bars out there. And they also have Margaritaville. But that's further into the city, so you would have to take a taxi to go, to that destination. And also, there's a really good spice market there where we got, me particularly, I enjoy baking. So I got, vanillas. They have everything. They have rum cakes. They have so many different spices depending on the types of meats. And they're very friendly and welcoming, again, the staff. And they ask, questions, what, particularly, for instance, my father-in-law likes really spicy food. So it was like, oh, okay. So, because we were saying, what's the spiciest, salsa, or sauce that you have? And they said, well, it depends on what you want to cook with and what you like. And particularly, this would go well with, beef or pork, or, it depends on that. And that's really spicy for that. And that's nice to know that have that extra information, because it's one thing to sell you, say, oh, this is spicy that we have, but it doesn't really blend on what you're eating. That's really important, because that takes away the value of the food, and then you feel like you're being shortchanged because you didn't get the extra information. And that's what I'm saying. That's the importance of when you travel, when you have the great opportunities to have the experience, or run into people that really have the value and giving you the best information or the best experience possible, so you and yourself want to come back and you understand that these are memories to treasure for a lifetime. All right, so this reaches the end, and I'd like to know all of your thoughts about the content I just made about my travel experience with Carnival. And if y'all have experience of Carnival Cruises, feel free to reach out to me, or other cruises or other destinations, just in general traveling. If you're not want to talk about something other than traveling with the cruise, just with the passport or the experience you've had by traveling, let me know. Reach out, or your own hometown. Want to talk about that? Reach out to me. Feel free to. This reaches the end of the Harboring Light. Tune in, turn up, and definitely take care. Bye-bye for now.